Where fears and lies melt away. on their bad side and they'll destroy you.
No one would miss me.
That's not true. I would.
I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Like, is any of this for real? Or not? Whoa!
Gosh, it looks kind of different now.
Maybe everything we've done, maybe it was all for nothing.
He's a lucky kid.
I'm dreaming. But which parts were the dream?
How will you fight without a weapon?
I know now I don't need the Keyblade. I've got a better weapon. My heart.
Your heart? What good will that weak little thing do for you?
Although my heart may be weak, it's not alone. It's grown with each new experience, and it's found a home with all the friends I've made. I've become part of their heart just as they've become a part of mine. And if they think of me now and then, if they don't forget me, then our hearts will be one. I don't need a weapon. My friends are my power.
Okay. Time for a little Pixelbits end of the week live stream. How are you doing, my friend?
Today, I'm excited to be here talking to you. It's Worlds Beyond Numbers' birthday, as I found out.
I found that out too. Pretty nice, huh?
We were talking about that the other day. So, yeah, it's a good day, man.
It
How
was a
about
good
yourself?
day. I'm doing well. You probably, I don't know. I always give the disclaimer. Can you hear my children yelling in the background?
No, and similar disclaimer, I'm not wearing my headset, so I think my mic gate is going to prevent like your sound that I'm hearing coming through, but let me know.
Yeah, okay.
Those of you out there.
Okay, yeah. We're not audio experts. We kind of just, make it happen. So, if you haven't joined our stream before, this is kind of the end of the week wrap up. It's coffee talk. It's, we kind of get together in kind of like an unscripted, unstructured half-hour conversation to just chat about what's going on in our world, what's going on in y'all's world, what y'all think about the latest episodes, things like that. So yeah, we put out some content on Worlds Beyond. Whoopsie, wrong button. On Worlds Beyond Number, or Critical Role, excuse me. Just yesterday, was it, or was it the day before yesterday? It was yesterday. No, it was 2 days ago. I'm losing track of my days here. Well, I noticed my little filter is my green screen's like bleeding through on my pillow. And so I was like trying to tweak that as we were chatting, and then I realized I can't fix this right now. So anyway, I will say for those of you guys tuning into the channel, we typically answer questions you have about D&D, DMing, what makes a great table. We also talk about whatever your favorite thoughts and theories are for Critical Role and Worlds Beyond Number. So you can just drop that into the chat during our stream today. It's about a half-hour stream. So, and just to remind everyone, Will, you have not listened to the most recent Worlds Beyond, right?
I have not. Maybe listen to it this weekend.
You should maybe also avoid any Reddit notifications on replies to comments, by the way.
Good to know. Appreciate that warning.
Yeah. So, anywho, let's see here. How's everybody doing today? I hope everyone's doing well. We do have a question up in the chat. The character least likely to sacrifice themselves in Critical Role's current campaign. We already got some votes in, But before we get into any of that, Will, I have something for you.
Yeah, I've been nervous about this.
Before we started today, I asked you to pick one, and I gave you some options. I said Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64, Game Boy, Nintendo 3DS, or Nintendo Switch, or the Nintendo U. All the Nintendo consoles, the main consoles. We didn't put Wii U in there. No offense to you Wii U stands out there. You had a Wii U, didn't
and
you?
I said, oh, like my favorite, and Blake just responded, pick one. So
yes.
I don't really know what I was picking.
Yeah. Well, you're buying everyone watching an N64. You're like, what? I don't have the money for that. But we're going to play a little game show I've put together for you called Greatest of All Time. This is where the music would, we'll dub it in later.
Yeah.
But
fix it in post.
My friend Will, got a little game show for you, okay? Just going to see how well how deserving. Every time we get on a stream, you say, this is the channel for all the things, all nerdy, the stuff that we love and enjoy. And Will, I want to make sure you're not a fraud. I want to make sure that you are the nerd you say you are.
I might disappoint you.
Well, that is already implied in this whole process, but we're going to find out how great the disappointment is. Now, I will tell you, there are 10 questions. You get a point for every question. And like one of my favorite game shows, the points don't matter, but we will judge you for how well or not well that you do.
Okay.
So the game is called Greatest of All Time. Okay.
Right.
Now, you're going to be given some clues about the 10 best selling games for the N64. Okay.
Okay. I'm glad I picked the N64.
If you had picked Game Boy, I think you would have been in trouble. Okay. Yeah. So you're going to get 10 clues. Now, here's what I'll tell you. These are in order from the 10th best-selling game all the way down to the number 1 best-selling game. Okay.
Okay. So worst first.
Worst. I mean, it's the 10th best, so it's not like objectively
of the.
Yeah.
10th.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's probably
Okay.
a pretty still good game. But keep that in mind.
Okay.
I'll give you a clue. The clue might start off a little bit easy, but some of it could be a quote from the game. It could be a small, subtle detail. Some of these may be a little bit hard, depending on how tuned into your nerddom you are. But you're going to have 60 seconds for each clue.
Okay.
And your first answer counts.
Okay.
So be very careful in your gut.
Okay.
Lastly, the last thing I'll say, if you think the game is we're being specific here. So it's top 10 best-selling games. So you can't say like, oh, that's Mario. You have to be specific on which Mario, for example. And I say that one because we probably can guess there's probably going to be a Mario game on here somewhere. Okay?
Right.
So specific when possible, 60 seconds, first answer counts. You're going to get a clue. Are you ready to play the greatest of all time?
Do you think I know these games?
I mean, I think I know them. I think you would know them. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm ready. I'm ready.
Here's what I'll say. There's no like deep curveballs where you're like, you know, like Wii Sports isn't on here. Well, it's not an N64 game, but actually I think Wii Sports you probably would have gotten, just to be fair, but you get the point. So
yeah. Best selling.
Best selling. That's right.
Not like best rated.
Correct. Best selling.
Okay.
Are you ready to play?
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
All right, let me get the timer going here. Hang on. Timer. If I was smart, I'd have it ready, but I didn't. Managing a lot here. All right, here we go. For our first one. Again, 60 seconds, your first answer counts. Number 10. Explore a whimsical world with a bear and bird duo.
Oh, okay. Well, there's two options here. I feel like that tagline would probably mean it's the first one. So I'm going to go Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo. Now, here's the question. How harsh should I be on the accuracy of your answer? Because while you are correct, it is Banjo and Kazooie. You said Banjo-Kazooie. So I'm going to...
I didn't include the and?
You did include the and. It's not the full title of it, Not, which, though, on the cover, I don't see an and there either. I see Banjo-Kazooie.
I was going to say, is it an ampersand or is it the word and?
So we'll just say you're vindicated on that one. But in the future, I'm going to hold you to as accurate an answer as you can. All right.
Okay, bro. And I'm seeing the production value here.
Yeah. I ignored all my work today to put this together. So just, it's fine. But we're not eating tonight, but no big deal. All right. First point in the tank. Good job. Number 10. Okay. Moving on to number 9.
Interesting. Okay.
Slippy. A quote from the game.
Yep. I'm trying to think I don't think there's more than one. So I think you might think I'm going to get this wrong because I'm not going to say the full title, but Star Fox 64.
Nice job. You got the 64 on there. If you had said Star Fox, I would have been incorrect because I think it was Super Nintendo. There was a Star Fox. So Star Fox 64, this is the comment from our titular hero, Star Fox, as he yells, Slippy! In the end of a mission as Slippy is... I think actually that was one of the missions. I think it was like the train mission, and you could save. You could actually like save her or something, right?
Yeah.
But it was really hard to do.
Bro, it's such a good game.
Great game. Very good game. It
was so cool for moments like that. Like, I think I don't know if it was every level, but like a lot of the levels, there were like 2 different endings,
paths,
depending on if you like did certain things.
And then it would then decide where you went like on the mission track and the ending you got. If you faced Andros or the true Andros form.
Right, because if you got the wrong one at the very end, like after the credits, Andros would be laughing because like
Right.
you didn't actually get him.
Okay, you're doing pretty
Great
good.
game.
These are pretty easy,
Great
right? Right. 2 down.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 8.
I'm honestly surprised that one's that low.
Well,
I would have thought it would have been higher.
based on a popular banana franchise, this is the racing game that no one ever talks about.
Great game. I'm not sure if okay. I'm not saying it yet, but I'm not sure if this one has 64 in the title or not. I don't think it does. So I'm just going to say Diddy Kong Racing.
Man, look at you. He's not shook. He's got it. Diddy Kong
Let me just
Racing.
This is bold, and I don't know if I'm fully convicted in saying it. But Diddy Kong Racing might be better than Mario Kart 64.
Wow. That is bold. That's a very bold statement.
Okay, here's what I'll say. Multiplayer Mario Kart, like the battle and just playing with friends, but like solo play Diddy Kong Racing, because there was like a story and like
Was there a
worlds you
story?
traveled to. Yeah, and you could get like a plane.
I clearly
It was
played it
cool.
like one time. So, yeah.
You got to go back, man. It's a good one.
One of my I owned it and I played it once, and then one of my relatives stole it and sold it for drugs. So
Oh no,
I never actually got to play it.
we gotta correct that.
Just to
someday.
look into my childhood for a second. All right,
Diddy Kong Racing Pixel stream soon.
Yeah, 3 in a row. Look at you, man. I don't want to jinx it, but I'm a bit curious what your record's
Nobody
gonna
get
be.
their hopes up.
Okay, all right.
Keep 'em
3 in the
down.
tank. Number 7.
All right.
The Banana World. The previous question is based on, but which one?
Hmm.
The number 7 best-selling game.
I'm trying to think if there's more than one. Since you said which one, I can only think of one. I think. Just using my 60 seconds here to see if I can think of another one.
Just full disclosure, I'm having an oh god moment of as I think about your response. So
Wait, you're having one?
I'm having a moment on my end.
Wait, what was the clue again? Did I misinterpret this?
No, you're on the right track. I'm on the wrong track here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go with my gut and Donkey Kong 64.
Great answer. I was definitely thinking of the Super Nintendo. Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong 2, Diddy's whatever, and the third one as well. So when you said, I don't know if there was a second one, I was like, oh, right. There was not, in fact, a second one. So a little bit of a dud of a question, but it was a trick question, and you saw through it. You saw through my guys and got the correct answer. Good job.
Nat 20 on the inside check.
Little timer went off there. Okay. Number 6. This might get a little bit tougher for you. Take all you've caught and train, battle, and conquer in this arena.
Okay.
Timer started.
Yeah. Just a general question. Are the clues intentionally getting harder as we go?
Yes. At least in my mind, they are.
Okay. All right. This is another one where I don't know, since we're being real specific on the title. I know what it is, but I don't know. I'm just thinking if I know the exact title. But I'm gonna go Pokemon Stadium.
Will, my friend. You are correct.
Okay.
Nice
okay.
job. Pokemon.
I wasn't sure if there was a 64 in there.
What was the giveaway on this clue?
Well, obviously it was Pokemon, and the only other 64 Pokemon game was Snap. So
Oh wow, you know your Pokemon. You know your Pokemon games 64.
you don't really train battle in Pokemon Snap.
I
Great
didn't-
game though.
I didn't play Pokemon Stadium, so but it was
I didn't really either.
number 6 best-selling game of all time for N64 though. So someone clearly played it.
Yeah, that's impressive. I think that's just standing on the shoulders of Pokemon
Yeah.
entirely, right? Because it wasn't like its own game. I don't think. I think you had to didn't you have to connect your Game Boy, and it was just like better graphics for your battles. I don't know. That might be completely wrong.
I am realizing though we say Pokemon differently.
How do you say it? How am I saying it?
Pokemon.
That's how you say it, or that's how I say it?
You're saying Pokemon. I'm saying Pokemon.
Pokemon. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
We can
Which
disagree if
one is-
anyone says Pokemon that they need to get out.
Pokemonster.
All right, number 5. It's going to get harder from here on out.
Okay.
I think, at least. A quote. Come on.
That's it.
That's it.
Come on. That's not helping me at all. I have no idea. So I just got to think about what the top 5 most selling games would be.
That's a good strategy. You might try saying the quote a variety of different ways and see if it comes to mind.
Well, the first thing that came to mind was like, come on, listen. But I think I'm confusing things, and that game definitely wouldn't be number 5.
That one is
So-
also, hey, listen.
Yeah. Come on. Come on. I'm kind of getting Star Fox a little bit, but we already did that.
20 seconds.
Ooh, man, I got no idea. Come on. Oh. This is like a deep cut, I think. If this is the clue for it. But I don't know why it just came to me, but since I'm out of time, I'm just gonna go with it. Super Smash Brothers?
It was Super Smash Brothers. Good job.
I don't know how that came to me.
Well, you know, Star Fox does that. Come on.
So it was Star Fox.
Yeah, it was. So you were on the right track.
Yeah.
Good job. Okay. I thought I was gonna break your streak there for a second, but
I also was worried that Super Smash Bros. Wasn't the title. Like I was like, was it 64? But
yeah.
glad I just went with my gut there.
Okay, let's keep it going.
Okay.
Number 4. We're in the last 4 here. Write A down. Write A down.
Right. Trying to decide if this is like a combo or if this is like menuing. Is the fact that it's repeated twice relevant?
Yes.
Or are you just repeating it twice? Okay.
No, it's relevant. You have 30 seconds.
Ah, man, I'm thinking like this makes me think Smash, but you just did that one. Oh man, I have no idea. This is the 4th best-selling game.
Yep. 4 games left in the list.
Do you know if I've played this game? I don't know if I can ask you that.
10
I have?
seconds.
Oh man, I don't know.
We're out of time. I need an answer from you.
I have no idea. So I'm just gonna guess Metroid? That wouldn't even be the name.
Metroid is a good guess, but it's the wrong guess. Zelda Ocarina of Time.
What?
Now that I've told you, any guesses what this is?
Oh, it's a song. It's an ocarina song.
It is an ocarina
That wasn't
song.
even in my mind because I figured that was 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Crazy that it's 4.
This is the Song of Time on the ocarina.
That's a good clue. I wasn't even considering it.
Yeah.
How is it number 4? What?
Well,
what are the?
If it's number 4, we'll see if the next 3 are. All right, so we've broken the streak.
Yeah.
We finally got a 0 here.
Pressure's off.
Yeah. Well,
for the perfect score.
Now we see if you can bounce back or if it becomes a train wreck from here on out. Okay. I think this next clue is a little easy, but we'll see. We'll see.
3 left, right?
Yeah. Number 3, slappers only.
Wait. Okay, wait. Now, were there Oh, yeah, okay. Trying to think of what the exact title is though. I think it's just well, as soon as I say it, that's my guess. So let me just think for a sec. I think it's just GoldenEye.
Final answer is GoldenEye. It is GoldenEye, but it's actually GoldenEye 007 is the full name.
Dang it! I wasn't sure if it was like James Bond GoldenEye or something like that.
We'll give you a half point on it.
Okay.
You get half the title. Okay. Any surprises here at number 3? This outsold Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, no, I mean it makes sense.
It's kind of like how Call of Duty outsells like any other valuable game out there. So,
right.
No shade to our Call of Duty fans. They're not watching the channel. It's okay. All right, final two. Final
I know
two.
what one of the two is, but I'm trying to think of what the other one is.
Okay.
I don't know the order either.
Let's see. He thinks he knows the final two. Do you want to guess them blind?
No, I know one of the final two.
Okay.
And I don't know what the other one is.
Okay. This game included an optional PvP mode. If your last balloon is popped, you lose.
Oh, okay. Now I know what they both are.
Okay.
I forgot about this one.
Yeah.
So this is Mario Kart 64.
That is correct, good sir. There was a PvP mode. Did you ever play this? I think we played this, didn't we?
Yeah, bro. What? Yeah, of course.
I was gonna say I played it with my siblings a lot. But
yeah, I still remember like there was the donut stage,
and
there was the pyramid stage where it was 4 pyramids.
Yeah,
those were the best.
But you had 3 balloons, and when all 3 were gone, you were out. You lose.
You were donezo.
Yeah. Okay. The final one. I think you know what it is.
I mean, it has to be, but there's no way.
Best-selling.
There's no way it wouldn't at least be in the top 10.
Best-selling game of all time. Give me just a dry answer here. Before you see the clue, shoot your shot. What do you think it is?
Mario 64.
Okay. At number 1, watching the paint dry is a lot harder when you're blindfolded. It's a little bit of a meta clue.
I mean, that's going to be my answer, but I'm trying to piece together what that clue is referencing. Is that a speedrunning reference?
It could be. It may be.
But yeah, I mean, I got to go. I hope that's what it's called.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be called Super Mario because it's not the Super Nintendo.
Okay. So what's your final answer?
Yeah, I think Mario 64.
Mario 64. It was Super Mario 64.
No, it's not.
It is.
Really?
It is.
What? That makes no sense.
It is.
That makes no sense.
Yeah. Well, Super Mario was one of the most popular games on the Super Nintendo, and so they just
trying to
added the 64 on it. We'll give you another half point there. So your total, let's see, you missed Zelda. You got half of GoldenEye and half of Super Mario. So that would be 8 out of 10? 8 out of 10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Little 8 out of 10. How do you think about how you did? Are you surprised or on the money?
I think I did pretty good, all things considered.
Well, I was expecting a perfect score, and all of us watching, if you are going to run this channel, we need some better nerdum from you.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I guess thinking about it in terms of selling, it does make sense that OOT would be behind those other 3, but yeah.
Now imagine if you had chosen the Nintendo 3DS.
Dude, this is the only one I would have done good in probably.
And honestly, I would have had a hard time. The 2 hours it took to make this one would have taken probably all week. I need a clue for this game I've never heard of. There's definitely some games on those lists that are like from left field. So
yeah, for sure.
All right, you did pretty good, man. You did pretty good. I'll allow you to keep hosting this channel with me. So
thank you, man. Great job with the clues and the production value. I'm very impressed.
Thank you. Yeah. Let's check our chat. Film Addict. Hey there, lovely folks. Almost missed the live stream. Hope you're doing well. Sending you love from Thailand. And a reminder to have some Thai food. Joy had some Thai food last night.
Ooh.
So
what'd she have? Some pad Thai or?
I don't know. I didn't ask. She gave me some crap about not listening to her or something. And then Noisemaker, our buddy Nick Zorix, said, "Hey, boo." So we got him.
What's up, man?
Tuning in today. Well, let's check our votes. We got a little bit of a change in the polls. Wasn't expecting this.
What we got? Who would your vote be, by the way?
How about we count to 3 and we both say our answer?
Okay.
That way we don't lead each other.
3, 2, 1, go, or
3, 2, 1, go.
Are we saying it in place of go, or are we saying go and then saying it?
In place of go.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, and then we'll say it. Okay? This is the character least likely to sacrifice themselves. I think the answer is pretty obvious, but we'll just...
I think we're going to disagree because I think we slightly talked about this in our last episode. So I think I know who you're going to say.
If you make me disappointed even more. Well, now I don't want to say it just so we can be on the same page. You know? That's what I'm thinking. See. All right. 3, 2, 1. Chet.
Burn.
Oh my gosh. Give me a break, dude.
Chet needs to be softy at heart, man.
Chetney is in it for himself.
He is, but I think he would make the play.
Well, clearly you and half of our respondents are confused because Fern is leading this poll at 50%. Help me understand.
Well, it's not that I think like Fern is like a bad person, you know, just in terms of like, I think she's too like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem in her personality to do that to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Whereas I could see Chet like, you know, who has out the big tough front, but is like, you know, like Dorian's a good example. Like he was so mean and hated Dorian, but then like they had that like nice chat and he's like, you know, I'm glad we're friends or whatever it was. It was, you know, real sweet. So I think like push come to shove, Chet might do it. Where Fern, I just think she's like, she doesn't want to die, you know? Like I think she's just like, oh,
what about
I want to keep living.
What about the ep when Orem died and she like scooped him up? That was a big softie, you know?
No, yeah. And so again, I'm not trying to say that Fern's like again not emotional or a bad person or anything.
Yeah.
But
you heard it here first. He thinks Ashley Johnson is a bad person. A couple of the comments in our chat. Eye of Providence, Quest 64. Man, that's a throwback. Did you ever play that game?
I didn't like own that game, but I think I like played it a little bit like at maybe your house or a friend's house sometimes.
I had that game too. I played it a little bit, but not a ton. Molly Gerball says, do you guys have a favorite N64 game that wasn't on the list? Good question.
I'm sure I did. Let me think for a sec.
Yeah, interesting. I'm trying to think like what other N64 games there were.
So this isn't my answer, but Majora's Mask wasn't on that list.
True.
I actually never played Majora's Mask.
What?
Yeah.
You've never played it?
Cool,
man. Well, anyway, trying to move past that. Just looking at some, bro, did you remember that StarCraft was on the N64? Remember us playing that?
I had it.
That's right, you did.
It wasn't the same. It wasn't as good, obviously, but
yeah, some other popular games that were on here. Perfect Dark, that was a fun game.
That was a good one.
Paper Mario was good. Did you ever play Star Wars Rogue Squadron?
Yeah.
That was a fun.
And the other Star Wars game, the one where you play
oh man.
What's his name?
Dash Rendar?
Yeah. What was that one?
What was that one called?
Was it like Rogue Commander or something?
No, that sounds too cool. It was a great game though. What was that game? I bet if I Google Dash Rendar, I'll get it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Shadows of the Empire?
Shadows of the Empire.
That was a good one.
Yeah, dude. That was a good game. That was a hard game.
Yeah, it was.
Interesting. Wave Race? You ever play that?
Ooh, that was a great one.
That was a lot of fun.
Pilot Wings too.
Was Winback 64?
Yeah.
Bro, you were a Winback legend.
That was a great game too.
That was like a rare moment where like all of your synapses just like it's like the when what's his name, Bradley Cooper in Limitless like takes the pill. I feel like that game was like your magnum opus of like it just made sense and you were just like, because I remember you beat it on like the hardest difficulty.
I really liked that game.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to like. Wonder like what studio made that or like what happened, because that was like, because it was cool because it had like it was the first type of game I think that I played that was like that. I don't even know how to describe it really.
Kind of like a
because it wasn't really like James Bond type of shooter.
It was kind of tactical. Like you had like the over the shoulder, you know.
Yeah.
But
it had a cool story too.
Yeah. Yeah. Noisemaker said Wayne Gretzky's hockey was amazing with friends. I never played that one either.
I don't think I did either.
Yeah. Film Addict added Fern has more story in her to tell. She's going to be the herald of chaos in the world. Ooh. We'll see.
She probably would.
See how Matt jumps on that Dark Fern storyline, right?
Yeah. That she's still got that devil pact too, potentially.
True. Okay. Well, cool. All right. Well, we're gonna start wrapping up our stream. Anything in the D&D world for you? Anything top of mind that you're thinking about, or when you're not?
What?
I was gonna say when you're not like watching Critical Role, do you ever still do any like D&D world building, or just like in your spare time, or because I remember you had like a notebook whenever you were first prepping.
Yeah, I've still got like a Word doc that is like my world building. As of lately, no, I haven't, but like I have still messed with it some since that campaign, but not recently. But yeah, and so like our campaign that I originally created that for, when I played D&D with a different group of people for like a little one shot situation, I made it take place in that same world. So like I keep working on it just because you never know. Like next time I play, if I'm DMing, I'll probably use that same world again.
Right.
So from time to time, if I have an idea, like I'll flesh something out. But yeah, but not too much recently.
I have 2 different worlds, and I like them both a lot. But also sometimes I use not necessarily the same world. But you know how in Final Fantasy, there's always a Cid, there's always a Biggs, and a what's the other one's name? Wedge. I like.
There's always a man, a lighthouse,
yes,
and a dream, or a city.
Shout out to our friend who didn't like that game because I don't like him.
He usually has good takes, but every once in a while he'll have a real bad one.
We love you, man. Yeah. So sometimes I like to reuse names or like cities or things like that, and it's fun for Joy, who's in 2 of my campaigns, to recognize a name. Yeah, and like be curious about like the context of like, oh, like what is that in this world? So anyway.
That's really cool. Like, you know, if you do like run these campaigns for like a really, really long time, it'd be cool if there was ever like a multiversal dimensional jump between the 2 or something.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I will say, I know we are getting to the end of our time, but and we could easily keep this for next time, but I figure since we're already here, one thing I really like as a DM is players who take risks and are willing to press the big red shiny button. I think a lot of times DMs are, and I think we've talked about this, and there's a great bit from Brendan Lee Mulligan about DMs who punish their players. And I think there's a difference between being like a risk-taking player and being an obnoxious player. Like you go to the shopkeep and you're like, hey, that 1,000 gold item, give it to me. And the shopkeep's like, no. And you're like, all right, I killed the shopkeep owner. It's not really risk taking, and you're also a very annoying player at the table. Yeah. But I like the players who push the button, and kind of, I think when other people are like, what are you doing? Like at the table, that's kind of a fun, I don't know how much that happened in our campaign, but it could be fun.
No, so. Yeah, I totally agree. I think there is a nice line there that you're referring to between that first type of player and the one we're talking about. But I absolutely love the latter of those 2 players for sure, because they're what makes it interesting, right? Especially as a DM, if you have to like kind of improv because of something, your player did something you didn't expect. That can be a lot of fun too.
We in my most recent campaign, the players found basically like a portal to like an eldritch whatever world, and they were all too scared to go into it, and they had like they had the crystal that you have to put into the portal machine, for lack of a better phrasing, to like activate and turn it on. So they were like, we're not going to turn it on, we're not going to do it. But then they decided to sleep in the room where the portal was, and they all took watches for their shift, for their long rest, because they hadn't long rested yet. And the player who's like the most susceptible to like wisdom fails, basically. He was like, I'll take the last watch, to which I was like, but anyway, I had this moment where he basically had the option to like look into the gym, kind of like the Palantir from Lord of the Rings, you know? And he chose to indulge into that. And people at the table were like, what are you doing? And he was like, hey, someone's got to move this plot along. And I was like, I really appreciate you saying that. But I had this he failed a wisdom saving throw, and I had this moment where he was like holding like a cup of coffee, and I was like, you look down to take your sip and you're holding the stone in your hand. Like he almost like didn't remember like going and getting the stone like out of the pack. And anyway, so anyway, he opened the portal and they all went into it. So
yeah, I love that.
But you know, so it's fun. It's fun when people press the button. So actually why I really like Lou Wilson in Worlds Beyond, because I'm always just like, come on, what button you gonna press today?
Yeah.
So
yeah, he is a button presser, and Travis is in Critical Role.
Yes. But you know what's fun also is how much, we talked about this too, how much Travis goes with whatever's happening. And I think everyone did a great job of this in the 2 episodes ago when they were being charmed to go into the lake, and how the players, like I've been at tables where I'm like, I do something like that and the player's very resistant. And they're like, well, can I get like a save of some kind? But I loved how Matt was like, this is what happens. And they were like, how quickly, like Ashton, for example, was like, yeah, we should go look. And just started like
Dorian is outside, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. Dorian is, we should go look, you know? So
yeah,
it just makes for a really fun session.
Yeah,
so.
I love that too. They're just fully committed to being in it, you know? Another good example is when Travis, way earlier in the campaign, had that like crazy wolf form and was like forced to attack everyone in Bell's Hells, right? And he was like really excited, like reading his new abilities, and he just went for it, you know? Whereas like some players might be like, well, I don't want to like actually accidentally kill anybody or anything, you know?
Right.
But yeah, I think that's a sign of a great player that can like, you know, obviously there's like a weird level to it where like somebody's being intentionally like obtuse and toxic, but that's not what we're talking about.
All right, well, my friend, I think that's going to do it for our stream today. I'll say for people to make sure they tune into next Fridays for a special announcement. We had a special game today. Next Friday, we're going to have a special announcement. So you're going to want to tune in to that stream as well. So, all right. Well, we love you all very much, and we'll catch you later.
Yeah, and thanks again to you, my friend, for setting up this fun game. I'll have to think of how to get you back.
Yeah, thanks to you for mildly disappointing us. But anyway,
it's my go-to move.
Yeah, we'll see you all.
Bye, y'all.